Yeah, and this should, yeah, what you could do, if you could upload them on USB stick and give them to them during my talk.
Do you think they will come here?
Yeah, they are there. Some people are there already. Okay. Are we between us now? Okay. All right. It's the end of the day. I suppose, like me, you are really tired. So I try to be quick. It's a quite simple call. So it should be self-explaining. Although I'm not from that unit, they asked me 3 days ago to make the presentation. And I don't know anything about that. Well, I don't know anything about anything, so. But I make, you will have the impression that I know about it after my talk. The thing is, it's concerned everybody. It's really concerned everybody. When you go to a restaurant now and you have children on the table, very often they are using the phone or the mobile phone or whatever, or tablet, so they play during the dinner. So they have access to an internet. Very often they do. And I have the same, not the same problem, but the same thing happened to me with my grandchild. They access internet like I used to go to play in the field. They play with internet. So everything is changed, and the danger is there. I heard, and you probably heard and read, many stories about harassment on internet, access to, let's say, something that the children should not see, and this happens every day. It's a real danger. And we are all concerned, really all concerned. Now, not to be dramatic or too dramatic at the beginning, so that's a DG Connect. It's a G3, a unit based in Luxembourg, and they talk about and they deal with accessibility, multilingualism, and safer internet. And of course, we are dealing tonight with the safer internet activities. One of 3 internet users is a child. It's exactly what I was saying at the beginning. They are accessing internet every day, everywhere, and access to things that probably they should not see. Even preschool children are not digital consumers. They all do that. They use small and private devices, which allow mobility. It's 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Ownership and autonomy, they do that themselves. The digital environment offers children plenty of opportunities. It's true. It's infinite access to knowledge, but also to danger. In education, it's really useful, communication, entertainment, and networking, for sure. On the other hand, kids are exposed to risks that can affect their well-being, and sometimes forever. Now we have children that are disturbed forever due to that. Some even commit suicide due to that. So it's not something trivial. It's something very, very serious. So what do we want to do with this call? The idea is a CSA, so it's a support action. And the idea with the support action is to do the establishment of a platform to coordinate pan-European activities related to research on how children and young people, more specifically, to share existing knowledge. This will be the place where you will share your knowledge about that, work towards a consensual framework, fill research gap. That's very important because there are something we could think about a lot of things, and people who are working in this, and I suppose you do, could think about a lot of things, but a place where you could share your knowledge and maybe finding the gap that still are there in the research that you do. But also build capacity to prevent this kind of thing. To develop, along with all relevant stakeholders, policy recommendation and strategy. This is very important. At the Commission, we have a lot of knowledge. We have a lot of experts, but it's not sufficient. We need you. We need you to propose us new idea, new way to solve this problem, new way to share your knowledge about this. The action should not be a bottom-up approach. It should be it should not be a top-down approach. It should be a bottom-up approach. And we really need you for that. I heard that many times during these 2 days at ICT 2018, and people very often don't realize that. You have sometimes, or people have sometimes the impression that we just write a work program like this, connecting a few people, calling to some people, going to a few conferences. No, it's not like this at all. In my area of activities in cultural heritage, I do every year a workshop with 30, 40 people to know exactly what these people are looking for. And it is exactly what we want to do with this one as well. Create a roadmap of what should we do in the future. Where should we be more active? And it is actually this policy recommendation and strategy, kind of roadmap, if I could say that in another way. Strategy on how to protect and ensure positive online experiences for children and young people. This is well protected. It's work. Objective. So a pan-European knowledge base on the online use and interaction of children and young people. So what do they do really on the web? Identify and fill current research gap. That's the idea. Where do we miss something? Covering both online opportunities and risk. Provide quantitative fact and data log comparing the finding across Europe. We need some facts. We need some statistic. And sometimes this statistic could be dramatic. I'm really, as a grandfather, I'm really, let's say, afraid with this. I was born in a, well, you see my white hair. I was born in a time that internet was not existing. And it was much easier. I remember when I was a child, it was much easier, much safer than it is today. Pay particular attention on the vulnerability of the children and how to build resilience for them. Sometimes you arrive too late. Parents discover that really sometimes too late. And also address gender issues in terms of the use of digital technology and services by children. The impact we want to have, update and deeper understanding of the impact of technological transformation on children and young people across Europe will help decision makers. Not only us, I mean, it's also in your country, it's not only at the level of the Commission. Very often, I heard the Commission should do something. We should do something on 3D standards. We should do something on standards. We should do something on trying after a project to create companies. We shouldn't fund. I say do it yourself. I mean, don't always trust or imagine that the Commission could solve all your problems. The Commission is there to help you. We are civil servants. We are civil servants for you. But at least sometimes you should also take your initiative to do something. And it is really important in each country, in each institution, and in each communities. Sometimes a small drop could help a lot. And support evidence-based policy making, that's actually the statistic, the thing that you will find in your research. So that the platform will help us to do that. And better define policy and strategy that will improve the children's digital skills so they can benefit from the opportunities provided by the ICT. There are many opportunities that could be used. In our unit, we are also dealing with education, and we support this idea that ICT could be an interesting tool for the children. And so children will become more confident digital citizens. That's what we want to do for the future. What are we looking for? It's a platform that includes as many EU countries as possible, compiling quantitative facts on online interaction that allow comparing findings across Europe. As many as possible, as many of the countries, members of the Commission. Still for a while, we will probably, not sure yet, but we will probably lose, sadly, one country. Evidence-based related to children online, opportunities, risk and safety. and sufficient attention given to the gender-related issue. Targeted group, the age from 3 to 16 years old. 3, you imagine that? 3 years old. I mean, it's unrealistic. And the results should identify area of benefit and concern and lead to policy recommendation. So the call is very simple: a platform with evidence base of what's happened, of finding the gap that's still there, and try to make a roadmap for future activities, for future research of the Commission. This is what we do. It's a very simple call. Submission deadline and budget. So the deadline will be the 14th of March, 5 o'clock Brussels time. 1 minute past 5 will be too late. Budget 1.5 million euro, and type of action a CSA. You have the website there where you will find the entire call with all the description. It's the part B of the call. There is a part A, but we are dealing only with the part B. The part A is a research and innovation action, if I remember well. The part B is the CSA. That's where we are acting. And that's it. Do you have any questions? Yes?
Is there another session we're dealing with the part A? Because the session is formulated in a way that it seems like it will be tackling the whole.
No, because the other one, as I remember, is done by RTD. RTD is not part from ICT2018. ICT2018 is only for DG Connect. So I don't know if they will make any info day or something like this, but I cannot tell you. I'm sorry, you are coming from the part A.
It's a pity, because it is also in the app. I mean, the description of the reaction is one with many.
Not only reaction.
So that's the reason why you are so many in the room, actually. You were coming from the part A. I'm so sorry to disappoint you now. I was so pleased with all my sessions until now, and now I'm disappointing. All right, any other questions? Sorry for that. Misunderstanding. Any other question? No. Right, there are some people that sent some presentation. Any other one? Another one, a second one? Okay, did you send some slides? You didn't upload some slides on the site? No? No, you didn't. You upload some slides. Yeah, it's for the part A. Yes. But why not? We are there, so we are listening to you. Is it uploaded now? It will be uploaded in a minute. We managed to do it. Yes? I have also a presentation. Did you upload it on the website? Okay. There are 2 presentations. Did you? Alessandro is in fact from the unit G3. He's helping me there. So anyway, we'll start with the first presentation. It's uploaded normally now. Okay, you could come. Could you upload the first one, the first presentation? Not at all. No, I'm sorry about that, yeah? There is certainly a misunderstanding somewhere, or our fault. We make a mistake there to just not cut the part A. We should have cut the part A and not loading everything. But the call actually is very rare that you have something like this. Very rare that one part is from DG RTD and one part is from DG Connect. So it's extremely rare. And there it is. It's Fall on Me. Are you ready? No? Maybe you could start with what slide? Yeah, I'm sure you could do it.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Patricia Castillo. I'm coming from Eurecat, which is the Research and Technology Center based in Barcelona. We are spread in Catalonia. And we are actually 600 people organization. We cover many areas of technology and development. But in particular for this call, still not a presentation? So, in particular for this goal, I wanted to explain capacities we have that may fit very well a consortium working on this. And these capacities are a joint effort with another organization based in Catalonia, which is the Parc Taulí Hospital Universitario, which is a university hospital. And we've been working for over a year or so, a bit more maybe, on developing and validating neurocognitive, psychophysiological, and brain measure methods for impact evaluation of ICT use. So we have been working on this, and we are currently validating these methods in VR, virtual reality intervention with children. It's a very small project in which we have developed a VR intervention program for helping people. Okay. Okay, it's easier if I have this. Okay, so these methodologies, we include psychophysiological, which is the part that we do with brain image fMRI methods, and we can we use this as objective measures for evaluating the impact of ICT. So we are validating them now with children in this small project funded by Reset Caixa. In a very nice project actually that we created a program to help children strengthen or build empathy in order to reduce bullying in class. So what we do is we created this program, this VR contents, and these measures to see how these children react and if this intervention can be measured the impact in objective measures, such including, for example, hot and cold cognition. The cold cognition processes are related to attention, to memory, to this kind of cognitive processes, and the hot ones are the ones in which emotions are involved. So this is a very, very, I think, relevant aspect to a proposal working on these topics. And as a bonus, we can give you access to end users. Because these collaborations with Parc Taulí, we have access to diverse end user groups, including healthy children, patients, and their families, and also young people in risk of exclusion, which is the target of broadly the target of the call. So that's what I wanted to say in this presentation. Thank you very much.
Another one?
You've dropped something?
Oh, some money. The next one? Who could be the next one? It's a surprise one. Which one? Here we go. Hold on a second, we don't know which one it is.
So.
La France doit attendre un tout petit peu.
There is another one.
The one which is ready. Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, I would say, everyone. I will present you our organization. We are not a research organization, we are not a SME, so maybe you will ask yourself, but what you will present to us. What I will present is more to additional support for this kind of projects that we can bring and can be complementary to what Eric had presented just before. So just few words about who we are. So Cap Digital is a French hub for digital and ecological transformation. We are the biggest cluster in Europe with more than 1,000 members, mostly SMEs and startups, but also universities, corporates, local authorities, laboratories, schools, education organization. And we have been created 12 years ago as a non-profit organization, and our main aim is to really provide facilitation and networking between our members. So we are 45 staff members working to provide this support, and we have help from more than 100 experts working for us for improving the quality of project and also to boost the growth of our startups. So just a few words about what we are talking about, because digital is everywhere, as you know. So we are targeting smart cities and ecological transition, e-health and well-being, cultural and creative industries, industry and services at large, education, training and talent. I will come back to this one also a bit longer after, and technologies at large, data, artificial intelligence, etc. So when we speak about communities, they represent between 100 and 200 members per communities. And on the one dedicated to education, this is a particularity for business cluster, because we really believe that education is a really important aspect so that companies can also engage in the digital transformation. And we have some values in which we believe that we should co-create with citizens and also the young generation to have them engage into co-create the future we want and not just be leading by the technologies. So this is just to show what kind of services we propose. So from support, R&D support to startup growth, promoting digital transformation. I will go not too much in detail on this. And also on the training and upskilling aspects. And on inspiration, because we also believe that it's needed to get some insight on intelligence on what we propose to our members. I just also would like to, for you to know, we organize every year in June a very large festival. Future en Scène was the name before. I saw maybe some of you know. Futures is the name now. And the particularity of this event is it's open to all and free. So, of course, it's open to professionals who want to get networking and to get access to businesses and to clients, for example, but also for the general public and for children. We have, in particular, some activities dedicated to schools and to kids so that they can join this festival, they can have fun, they can test, experiment new things. So it's really something important for us. So more dedicated to this goal. So yes, I have some slides also to show what we can bring to you. So working with Cap Digital is also an access to our networks. If you are looking for a French partner among our community, or if you are looking for a partner among our European network, we have experience in many projects, in many calls, so you can trust us as a relevant partner for that. And we have expertise in running projects as coordinator or partners. So more concretely, what we can propose in this specific call, so in part A of the call, the research and innovation action, it's you can get access to our large education community to engage also young people and children through schools, through educational, formal or non-formal organization. We can also organize innovative format co-creation workshops, for example, to engage also this public into to evaluate how they use the technology, and also to develop some methodology to get their feedback on this during, for example, the festival, Future Festival. And as I showed you before, we are connected to other communities. We are not focusing only on technology, only on education, but also on smart cities, on e-health. So this can be also a cross fertilization of different sectors, which can be also useful to assess the impact of technology on young people and youth. So this is all. I'm here. My colleague Julia also is here. We have the chance to have Benjamin also, the director of our education service here. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to come back to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Manuela. Another presentation? There was another one? There was no other one? No other presentation? Okay, then if you don't have any question, we will close the session. Any other question? Any other presentation? Sure? Okay, now I have a question. I have something for you. I promise to distribute it. It's for Ideal IST. Proposal idea check. I have the place where you could go. They are there downstairs somewhere. And they could help you for a pre-proposal check. I do that for free. You know? I didn't charge anybody for that. And it is a pity. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Have a good evening. See you later.